She already has that WWE ID designation under her belt. And Chase, let's make it very clear, that's not something they hand out like candy. She earned every step of that through natural talent, work ethic, and it factor like we've never seen here before in the San Diego region.
Absolutely. She not only trains at Primal, we know she trains all over the world, especially with her Japanese influence that she has.
Again, less than a year into her career, a tour of Japan, an excursion with Tokyo Joshi Pro Wrestling, several under her belt at this juncture, but not to be outdone is Chris Nastyy. Despite the attitude, living up to his last name, Nastyy, a very impressive and dominant combatant across the West Coast himself.
Absolutely, Jordan will do anything he possibly can to get a victory we have seen here in Primal.
And perhaps that gives Nastyy the advantage. He might have the thoroughbred athleticism in the corner of one petite powerhouse, Zara Zakher, but she is a respectful, honorable, moral competitor. The same cannot be said about one lucha scumbag, Chris Nastyy, and as much as I might hate to admit it, I think that favors Nastyy.
Absolutely, that unorthodox style is what got him a win over J2, and as we saw last week in their tag team match, getting a win over Zara Zakher and J2, pinning J2 Mattioli for the second time.
Gonna see J2 Mattioli in action a little later on tonight in a mask versus hair match against former Heartless King Flama, but Zara Zakher not going to stand for the disrespect here. Sweeping the legs of Nastyy and looking for an ankle pick, but Nastyy very, very wise to reach that bottom rope and force the break.
You can see the technical background with Zara Zakher taking those feet apart.
Not just in professional wrestling, but an accomplished, award-winning gymnast. That comes into play not only with her high-flying, risk-taking, hand-springing, but also, as we're seeing here, the technical ground game. Nothing technical about this, though, Chase. Handful of hair here from Chris Nastyy.
And just a nasty smack to the chest.
Well, it's in the guy's last name. Really mouthing off to the National City faithful here. Tucking the line is Zara Zakher. Around and around we go. Head scissors taking Nastyy off his feet. And she ain't done. Now, when Zara Zakher gets going, it is very, very hard, damn near impossible to stop her.
Beautiful. We have seen this kind of offense from Zara Zakher before. With a head of fire, she is going at Chris Nastyy.
Big splash there from Nastyy, but caught in mid-air is Nastyy, depositing her on the top rope. And a boot from Zakher here.
Zara saying no.
Zara saying yes, big crossbody into a cover, but only a 2. Again, she's the petite powerhouse here, Chase, but she is the smallest athlete in this match compared to Nastyy. That does put her at a slight disadvantage.
You know, she might be a petite powerhouse, she might be the smallest in the match, hitting harder with that chop than Chris Nastyy did earlier, though.
She's calling for one more here, Mansfield. Ultra, as we say south of the border. Nastyy was okay before. I'm not so sure he is now.
Just leveling Chris Nastyy, having him fall on his back. You can see just an anguish.
Cover.
Only a 1 count.
Again, chop Chris Nastyy so hard in the chest that she hurt her own hand in the process, Chase.
There's a reason we call her the petite powerhouse, and you are showing her strength tonight.
Big shot to the gut here from Chris Nastyy. You know, we talk about the pedigree of Zara Zakher, the excursion to Japan, the WWE ID designation. For Chris Nastyy to beat someone as red hot as Zara Zakher, that has to put many of those same eyes on him.
Absolutely. I mean, as we know, Zara Zakher, WWE ID prospect. And you have to think, when we see Chris Nastyy, could a win over a WWE ID prospect get him more eyes?
Remains to be seen. Much easier said than done, but he's well on his way. A shot to the throat of Zara Zakher, I believe, leveling the bean tank. As Zara Zakher, right where he wants her, does Chris Nastyy. Again, not afraid to take the low road, not afraid to play a little dirty as we're seeing here. Taking every second allotted to him by official David Burnquist.
Just choking her on the rope, and oh my God, a kick straight to the larynx.
No remorse. If anything, Nastyy loves it. He gets off on this sickness.
It fuels him. It's what keeps him going in this ring.
Many athletes are distracted by the vitriol and the negative reception from the fans. Not Nastyy.
Absolutely. No, he lives for it.
Zara Zakher's not doing much living right now. Turnabout fair play, I suppose. A chop to the chest, courtesy of Chris Nastyy. And again, Nastyy never stops talking. He always has something to say, be it to the fans, be it to his opponents. Be it to no one in particular, but now it's Zara Zakher letting her hands do the talking.
You can see Zara Zakher had that telegraph, saw that chop coming, and said, And there is the eye poke from Chris Nastyy.
Yeah, unable to telegraph that because Zara Zakher is a good person, not just a great wrestler, but a good person. Doesn't take those low roads, doesn't even think about Chris Nastyy willing to do that.
And just a kick to the head. There's a reason we call him the scumbag. And just like you were saying, Castle, shouting out the crowd.
Yeah, the crowd's saying take a bath right now. Chris Nastyy has to be very, very careful. He can feed off it all he wants, but he's wasting precious seconds, with a down Zara Zakher, and that's exactly what's going to happen. Lands on her feet, and a step up Enziguri.
Beautiful. She's looking for it.
Yeah, but Nastyy too big. Again, she's the petite powerhouse, but Nastyy much taller, much wider, and going to take advantage of that here. A brain buster.
Again, I have to ask if it was wise for Zara Zakher
cover. And a kick out.
To try to have a strike game with Chris Nastyy, as we know, one of the hardest strikers in the business.
I think it's what Zara Zakher is used to. Again, she's such a well-rounded wrestler with the brawling, with the athleticism, with that tenacity we're seeing on display here. Doesn't necessarily think that Chris Nastyy might have her beat in that regard, and that's some of the inexperience that very rarely comes into play for Zakher, but may be here.
Nastyy looking to fly. Will he get it?
Mocking the people. Of course not.
And
why would he?
Is, of course.
Forget not being about giving the people a show. Forget not caring. Nastyy feeds off of taking joy from these people.
But is he giving Zara Zakher too much time to recuperate and get her legs out under her?
I think Nastyy's looking for a count-out win. Feels satisfied and satiated with that. A win is a win is a win in the record books, but Zara Zakher not going to let it happen.
There's no quit in Zara Zakher.
You can see Zara Zakher in a great deal of pain here, though. That heart, that spirit. Oh, man. Can only take you so far, Chase. At a certain point, the human body gives out.
Absolutely.
Nastyy again turning his back on Zara Zakher.
Just screaming at the crowd, but that gloating is not going to do anything for him. Just giving Zara time to potentially get back into this match.
Well, she's back in this match, all right. Be careful what you wish for, Chris Nastyy.
Looking to chop down the big man.
You just might get it. But it's Nastyy doing the chopping here, Chase.
And as we saw in that last event, Zara Zakher actually had her left, I believe it was her left knee, was targeted by Nastyy, as we saw with that kick going after that injured left knee, as we saw from 2 weeks ago.
Nastyy, a student of the game, but again, wasting precious seconds, sent to the outside. And caught in the clutches of Zakher. This time, she lands the German suplex.
And that shows how cerebral Zara is. As we saw Nastyy going for it earlier, was able to get it this time. Zara was able to overcome.
Oh, taking Nastyy off his feet, but it's all about the follow-through here, Chase. A big move is one thing. How do you keep it going? Nastyy says, I don't think so. Has her on his shoulders, but she reverses, maybe thinking inverted DDT, almost a crossroads of sorts. Into a cover. And a kick out from Nastyy.
2.5.
No stories finished here tonight. At least not for the moment. And Zara Zakher inching closer and closer to victory. Case in point.
Straps are down.
Off come the straps. What does that tell you, Mansfield?
She is ready. She is looking to telegraph.
Thinking stunner, perhaps. Nastyy with other ideas. Huge super kick. Zakher on Dream Street.
Seeing Tweety Birds, can she get back into this?
Like Chris Nastyy, the proverbial Sylvester the Cat. Big knee strike to the face. Zara Zakher with the donut eyes, all glazed over. And he's looking at Planter on the concrete here. What the hell is this, Chase?
He's telling everyone to move. I mean, what is he looking for here?
No, come on. Forget ending the match. He's gonna end her career.
You can't do that off the apron.
Come on, Chris. And Zara Zakher doing everything she can, again, not just to save this match, but potentially to save her career. Jockeying for position,
She's
back
fighting.
and forth here. Oh.
Massive forearm.
Thunderous chop to the chest
Just
from Nastyy.
Ringing throughout the compound.
This is a precarious place to be. Nastyy with the foot of Zakher, but again,
Massive knee.
Zakher finding an opening, turning lemons into lemonade, and she ain't done, Chase. She's looking to fly.
Gonna give the crowd what they want. There she goes.
It's a bird. It's a plane. It's Zara Zakher.
Sending Nastyy into our concession stand.
He's going to need a refreshment after that, but if Zara has any hope of winning this match, of defeating Chris Nastyy, has to roll him back in the ring as she's doing here.
Absolutely, she needs to capitalize, get that pin, or potentially hit another big move to send this one home.
How's that for a big move? Into the cover. No, still not enough. And Chase, if you're Zara Zakher, what do you have to do? You've hit Nastyy with so much.
You have to bring out that big power move. You have to bring out that Japanese influence. You have to potentially bring out that 450 that she might be telegraphing.
High risk, looking for high reward here, but will it pay off?
Haven't seen this one in a while.
Zara Zakher scaling to the top, has Nastyy in position. Freaking double stomp, but nobody home. Somebody home there for Chris Nastyy.
How much more shots to the head is Zara going to be able to take?
Capybara stunner. This might be it.
She's limp.
No!
Zara, the petite powerhouse, still in this, able to get out at 2.99.
Call it a kick out, call it an involuntary body twitch, call it whatever you want. Zara Zakher survives and Chris Nastyy beside himself.
And of course, instead of capitalizing, has to blame everyone but himself.
He's gonna get himself disqualified, saying he's gonna punch referee David Burnquist. He's lucky he didn't lose the match there. Oh no, now Nastyy taking the straps down. A page out of the Zara Zakher playbook. Yeah, I got it, Chris.
Yeah,
I got it. The mustache, man. I know. Setting her up.
Looking for Mustache Mountain.
Yes, electric chair position.
Forearms to the head.
Well, he saw it coming, we saw it coming, and most importantly, Zara Zakher saw it coming. Waistlock to Nastyy. But the Lucha scumbag escapes. Control of the tights. Big super kick. Oh no, off comes the elbow pad.
A nasty cutter. Oh no.
Looking's all he's gonna do! Cutter! Into a cover!
Did she get it?
She
And
does!
she does!
Your winner, Zara Zakher! Through all the conniving and cockiness of Chris Nastyy, Zara Zakher comes out on top. From WWE ID to the land of the rising sun, there is no place like home. And damn, how glad are we, Chase Mansfield.
So glad
That's
she
Zara
did it.
Zakher.